Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. When a watch lands on your wrist and the dial catches the light in a way you don't expect, that's when a piece transcends from nice for the money to worth paying attention to. In this video, we're taking a deep look at the Venezianico Arsenale Avventurina reference number 6221550. In my view, this watch stands among the best sub $1,000 integrated sports watches out there, and it's all because of what sits on top, that dial. I reviewed other Venezianico watches. I'll leave a link to those videos in the description. What makes this watch truly sing is its aventurine glass dial, which shimmers and shifts like a night sky full of stars. Aventurine is a material born in the 17th century in Venice. You see, Murano glassmakers accidentally discover that adding copper flakes into molded glass yields those beautiful sparkles that catch and reflect light in countless tiny flashes. But this isn't just a glass thrown onto a basic base. The makers of the Arsenale Avventurina have mounted the aventurine over a sun-brushed brass base, giving the dial depth and subtly layered light effects without making the watch bulky. The result, a dial that changes character all day long, sometimes deep and mysterious, sometimes bright and lively, depending on how the light hits it. In the under $1,000 landscape, it's rare to see this kind of dial complexity, and to me, that alone makes this watch special. This watch houses a Miyota 9039 automatic movement, a 3-hand caliber without date, beating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, a smooth, reliable caliber that keeps the focus on the dial and the design. Of course, you can hack in and unwind it. The case is 40mm in diameter, lug to lug 44mm, and just 9.95mm thick, including the crystal. This is an unusually slim integrated bracelet sports watch. The result, this watch sits very flat and unobtrusive on the wrist, giving it a refined silhouette that leans towards dress watch category rather than a bulky tool piece. The default presentation comes on an integrated rubber strap with steel end links, sporty and modern, but there's the bracelet option, the Canova Concept bracelet, available separately for those who want the full steel sports aesthetic for an additional $100. Protecting the dial is a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. The case is 316L stainless steel with a nicely finished bezel that adds subtle texture, and lume on the hands and indices is BGW9 Super Luminova. Functional, even if not overpowering, and water resistance is rated to 50 meters. On my 6 7/8 inch wrist, the Arsenale wears very well. The slim profile and integrated design make the watch sit nearly flush against the wrist, easily under a shirt cuff. Light but substantial enough to feel like a proper sports watch. On the rubber strap, it feels sporty and very comfortable. But on the bracelet option, it takes on a more elevated, refined character. That said, and it's a small caveat, I do wish the overall footprint was just a hair smaller. The 40mm diameter and integrated design are well handled, but for someone with small wrists to medium wrists, a slightly reduced lug to lug or even a 39mm diameter case would make it near perfect. One of the biggest pain points right now is how you swap between the straps and bracelet, because the bracelet requires screw-in bars and the integrated rubber strap does as well, so changing between them demands 2 screwdrivers. That's inconvenient and importantly risky, slipping your wrist scratching the case. For a watch like this, which shows off beautifully both in sporty rubber and refined steel trim, a quick release system or a simpler swap mechanism would dramatically improve the experience. The lume is respectable, but it's not the strongest lume I've seen. Then again, this isn't a dive watch. The Arsenal strength lies elsewhere: design, wearability, dial, not hardcore tool specs. If you need a tool watch, look elsewhere. But if you want a versatile integrated sports watch that handles daily wear with flair, this fits the bill nicely. Water resistance at 50 meters is serviceable for everyday wear, hand washing, rain, splashes, but for a watch with this sporty boutique aesthetic, I love to see 100 meters. It would round out the package and give it that wear anywhere, do anything flexibility. At the end of the day, what keeps bringing me back to the Arsenale Avventurina is the dial. That shimmering aventurine glass, the layered light play, the subtle depth, that's where this watch earns its stripes. It's rare, especially under $1,000, to find a dial that pulls you in, that compels you to rotate your wrist just to catch a different glint of light. Add that to a slim, elegant case, a dependable automatic movement, a beautifully decorated case back, and a design that works both sporty and refined, and I think this watch punches well above its price. Yes, there are areas to improve: easier strap/bracelet swapping, better water resistance, perhaps more micro adjustments on the bracelet, but these are refinements, not deal breakers. For a microbrand or boutique brand to pull this off, to combine a thoughtful integrated design concept, real materials, a dial that feels special, and wearable dimensions, that speaks to strong ambition and direction. If they continue refining and iterating, I genuinely believe this brand could become much more widely recognized and respected in watch circles. For now, the Arsenale Avventurina stands as a convincing argument that high-end design, elegance, and value can coexist under $1,000, and that sometimes a dial, more than any spec sheet, is what makes a watch truly memorable. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe. Until next time, be safe out there and stay humble.